In this tutorial, we're going to introduce the Analog Discovery's voltmeter instrument. Voltmeters can be used to measure constant, or DC voltages, and to give a feeling for the amount of power in a time-varying voltage. DC voltage measurements are simple enough. The voltmeter simply displays the voltage values. Voltmeters represent time-varying voltages as an RMS value. For now, we'll just measure DC voltages. A voltage is, by definition, a difference in energy level between 2 points. That means that each voltage measurement requires 2 connections to the circuit. The Analog Discovery can measure 2 different voltages. Each voltage measurement is referred to as a channel. Channel 1 of the voltmeter uses the 1 plus and 1 minus terminals. The 1 plus terminal is connected to an orange wire and the 1 minus terminal to an orange wire with a white stripe on it. Every voltage has an assumed polarity. One terminal is assumed to be at a higher voltage than the other terminal. The positive terminal, 1 plus, is connected to the assumed positive voltage. The measured voltage can be negative if the assumed polarity is opposite to the actual polarity. Channel 2 uses the 2 plus and 2 minus terminals. The 2 plus terminal connects to a blue wire and the 2 minus terminal to a blue wire with a white stripe. As with channel 1, the 2 plus terminal is at the assumed higher polarity. This is the circuit I'll use to demonstrate the voltmeter instrument. I'm going to measure both the voltage across the diode and the voltage across the resistor. I'm assuming this polarity for the diode voltage and this polarity for the resistor voltage. This choice is arbitrary, but once I've defined the polarities, I need my measurements to be consistent with the assumed polarity. We can use the 2 channels on the voltmeter to simultaneously measure these 2 voltage differences. The positive terminal of each channel needs to be connected to the assumed positive terminal of the voltage it's measuring. So if we use channel 1 to measure the diode voltage, we'll connect 1 plus here and 1 minus down here. Likewise, if we use channel 2 to measure the resistor voltage, we'll connect the 2 plus terminal here and the 2 minus terminal here. Here's our circuit. I'm using the supplies instrument to apply 5 volts to the circuit. So the red wire is connected to this terminal of the resistor, and the black wire, ground, is connected to the diode's cathode. The 1 plus lead, the orange wire, is connected to the diode's anode terminal, and the 1 minus terminal, the orange wire with the white stripe, to the diode's cathode. To measure the resistor voltage with the polarity we defined earlier, the 2 plus terminal, the blue wire, is connected to the anode of the diode, and the 2 minus terminal, the blue wire with the white stripe, is connected to the positive terminal of the voltage supply. To apply the voltage, I've set up the supplies instrument to apply the 5 volt source. Clicking Master Enable turns on power and the LED lights up. To measure the voltage, go to the Welcome tab and select the voltmeter instrument. Click on Run and the voltages are displayed. The DC voltages are displayed in this row. For the case of constant voltages, the RMS and the DC values are the same. The channel 1 reading is about 1.91 volts. The positive values indicate that the anode voltage is higher than the cathode voltage, so the assumed and actual voltage polarities agree. The channel 2 voltage is about negative 3.07 volts. The negative value indicates that the actual voltage is opposite polarity to the assumed polarity. So the anode voltage is actually lower than the supply voltage. It's also worthwhile pointing out that the tabs up here indicate which instruments are active. We currently have both the supplies instrument and the voltmeter open. The box here indicates whether the instrument is on or off. The blue box indicates that it's on. I can turn off the instrument by clicking on the box. If I click here, for example, I can turn off the supplies instrument and the voltages will go to approximately 0. Likewise, I can turn on the instrument by clicking the little play button that appears when the instrument is off. That turns the supplies instrument back on and the voltages return to their previous values.